You know, there aren't many people in this country who look at how low our relationship with China is and get any satisfaction from it. It is a great pity. It is a great pity for those of us who enjoy visiting China, those of us who make our living from business with the country, and those of us, including me, who have Chinese heritage. But it is not the fault of Australia, not the fault of our Prime Minister or any decision made by the government for national security reasons. We need to protect what we have and what we stand for, and that's exactly what Australia has done. But in the last 24 hours, some people who call themselves leaders in this country have used this crumbling relationship to score political points. Two in particular, federal opposition leader Anthony Albanese and Queensland Premier Annastacia Palaszczuk. Today, Albo, despite standing firmly behind the Prime Minister over his strong reaction to that fake image of an Australia soldier yesterday, well, he gave him up, didn't he? In a radio interview this morning, Albo began blaming the government for where we are. Here he is.
This government seems to have presided over a complete breakdown of relationships. The fact that ministers can't pick up the phone to each other is I find that extraordinary. When I was a minister, Chinese ministers visited Australia and I visited there.
What a ridiculous comparison. You wouldn't want to ever be in a trench with him, would you? He'd give you up pretty quickly. He knows full well who started this and who is refusing to communicate. It's not Australia. So too Annastacia Palaszczuk. She said this.
We would encourage the federal government to resume trade relationship talks.
And she went on to say, which I find astounding, that the WA Premier and I will raise this at the next National Cabinet meeting. Gee, thanks for the idea about picking up the telephone. Like, the Chinese won't pick up the phones. We're offering olive branches almost every day. But to say then that the WA Premier and herself will raise the issue at National Cabinet, as if to say, I'll set them straight about their lack of care over China. How dare they risk our Queensland jobs? Well, can I say this? Both those premiers have shown themselves to be grossly selfish and have hardly taken care of Australia or the national economy throughout 2020. And it's a miracle that the WA border is about to open, if it does. This is an incredibly complex relationship, best handled by grown-ups, not Labor leaders who'd run from a trench to save their sorry backsides.